Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome into the 1 o'clock shipping show with your host, Sean. That's me, Taylor Exchange. I got some big news. I'm very geeked out a little bit. Cincinnati Pickers having a live right now where 250 people are currently, which is probably where everybody's going to be at. But maybe some of the peeps will come into my show. I quickly got in there as I was making the thumbnail for this video featuring these cargo shorts. And I mentioned real quick, I said, "Hey, thanks for everything," because I've talked about how like my dad's friend got me set up with eBay as far as like he told me how to run the store and like how to list an item and all that. But Cincinnati Picker was the person who I first caught on YouTube. My wife and I were furnishing the house that we're in, and we were constantly buying stuff from yard sales. And I was thinking like, there's so many good items at garage sales that I know people out in the world need, and I just couldn't buy it all because I didn't need it. Like I didn't need a baseball glove anymore. I already had two baseball gloves. So I got on YouTube and I typed in garage sales, and then there you go. Cincinnati Picker popped up. I watched him for a while. I went on to a lot of Josh, and then some of the daily refinement content and all that stuff. So that's kind of how it happened. So John, Cincinnati Picker, thank you for shouting me out on your channel. I mentioned I have a YouTube channel at start, and he likes the logo, and he went ahead and subscribed. So it's really nice to have people there appreciating their fans, because you guys like to watch, and he's a fan. I'm a fan of his. So anyway, we're gonna get into the video. I also wanted to talk about this week's video. Tomorrow, a sourcing video is coming out. It's edited, it's loaded, it's just ready to launch tomorrow at 1 p.m. Also, we have a shipping video. Some people are asking like the shipping methods. I'm going to make a video about that. It probably won't be very long, but it should help some of the newer sellers out there figure out what they want to do with their shipping. And then I had a viewer say they wanted to see the condensed what sold video. So I may throw some of those in. They do take a long time to edit, but it seems that people they don't have time for like the long shipping video, which I totally understand. I kind of didn't think everybody would be able to sit through these videos, but if you're out there working and you're watching the replay or you're here live, which nobody's here live, but one person just came in. Anyway, we're going to get ahead to packing items, and you guys can try to find these at your own thrift stores. So these camo cargo, these are Levi's, right? They sold for $6 plus $8.99 shipping. Now, I buy the woodland camos all the time. They have the darker brown, the black. This one kind of looks like it, but it's almost like a funny version. And the reason I say funny version is because I don't think there's any like military out there that uses this particular style of camo. It's almost like the designer camo that they're trying to push here. So it didn't sell for a lot of money, and it's likely because the guy wearing that, he's going to want the woodland one because that's just the one everybody wants. We'll pack it up anyway. It goes priority, definitely over £1 for the thick cargo shorts. Yeah, so I had a sourcing day. It wasn't like a long sourcing day. Those are Wednesdays, but I do go to my local store on Tuesday, and it was rocking and rolling. People are so fast at my Goodwill. They just run in there. They go to the shoes, the hard goods. It's like a mad dash. And I posted on my Instagram. If you guys have Instagram, you can see the items I picked up. I only got like 5 items, and one of them's a guy, a friend. He's kind of like a colleague, so to speak. He's another reseller. He handed me a pair of motocross O'Neill pants, and the motocross pants, they bring in some good money. They're a little hard to pack in the boxes, so sometimes I put them in my closet, but they're really cool. And I'm happy that he gave me those pants to sell, because I only found like a couple cinch shirts. Like I did find a Paisley cinch. I found a vintage Lacoste V-neck sweater. That was pretty awesome. So yeah, you can check out Instagram. And I also made a reel today, which is okay. It was an okay reel. Sandra, happy to have you here. Hi. The Vinyl Sound, I made this live. Yeah, the Vinyl Sound wanted to catch a live. Well, hey man, I'm going on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, but my schedule is about to change a little bit. So there's going to be less lives during the week, and I'm still going to try to run the live on either Saturday or Sunday, just depending on what my family's doing. So he made this live. No, I made this live. I did this, not you. Flippin' Junior, what's up, bro? What's up, man? How's it going? The Vinyl said, how's it going today? Dude, I don't know if you guys were watching Cincinnati Picker he never goes live. He's got like 250,000 subs, and right when I was making this thumbnail, I got on YouTube and I saw that he was live, so I jumped in, and man, he shouted me out. And that, if you guys aren't into content or that kind of thing, like that's a really big deal, because not only is it just his channel, size, but like he's the first person I saw on YouTube. Like when I typed in garage sale for the first time on YouTube, his channel was all over the place. That was in 2019. So he really liked the logo. And I think there was a viewer of mine, part of the team, is Dixon something. And he said, Taylor Exchange is like encouraging to me. And then Cincinnati Picker read that comment, and then he decided to look up the page, and he added me, subscribed, and then he said, I'm gonna have to check your page out. So that was a really big deal, and I wish I could have stayed in there longer. I'm actually gonna rewatch his live whenever I get back on photos, because you can see the stack. I got a lot of photos to do today. So, but yeah, thank you, John. I already said it in the beginning, but there was 0 people for the first couple minutes, which is understandable. I mean, I don't push it out, that I'm going live, just because I don't really know how. I know there's a way to do it, but I'm not very savvy yet with that. We got a combined order though. This person bought 2 shirts. It looks like they're a bit older. So yeah, around the 9,000. So they've been in the store a while. It is a Peter Millar linen short sleeve silk shirt. That's the orange one. And then the interesting, the other one is a 2XL tall linen. So they're both linens, but one's a 2XL regular, one's a 2XL tall. He's all in for $32.74. And I'm going to put that in the smaller flat rate because it's over a pound. Also got some other big news. YouTube paid me out. So YouTube pays out the 21st of every month. And I'm going to have enough money now to buy some better lights. So there's a viewer out there. He's in Dallas, and he said that he's into photography. So he advised me to put a sound box. It's like those big sound boxes. You might use it for your photo setup if you're really nifty. But I'm going to shoot it from this way, and then on this wall where you see like the labels here, like right here, I'm going to have the reflector piece. So that should make this a lot less grainy, and they call it noisy in the biz, I guess. Excuse me. And yeah, I have enough money to do that now. So I'm really excited, and thank you for watching, because now I can go, I can upgrade the quality. I think it's going to be kind of hot though, but I think it's going to look good. And then he talked about having a key light in the back. So I'll probably shift the rack off to the side, and then right where you see those photos, those are actually like how I take photos for employees. Whenever I had one last year, that's for her to refer to. So I'm going to have the key light like somewhere on that wall, and then this main light that you see will be turned off. And hopefully I get that YouTube effect that we're all looking for, right? Let's slap the label on this one. Yeah, it's been a big day, because right whenever that happened with John's live, I looked and got a text and emails, or YouTube was like, hey, we paid you, so make sure you got paid. And I was like, heck yeah. It was awesome. Real 24 Salt 05. Hi, hope you're doing good. Question: how much or percentage do you expect when you sell an item? It's a great question. He is Real is in Dallas. He just messaged me. I think he found the channel this morning, which is great. It seems like every day people are finding the channel, which is cool. So the more likes on this video and the more likes and views on the other videos, it causes YouTube to kind of just creep the little channel up. And, it gets more people on board. And I hope everybody with a YouTube account subscribes. I know that's probably a big number, but I mean, why not? I think even if you're not a full-time reseller, you can still make some good money. But as far as profit goes, here's how I pretty much do it. If I'm in the thrift store and I've sold the item before, I buy it again if it's within margins. And what within margins for me is like $4 into $20 shipped. I usually price my items at $25 all in. That's price of the item and shipping included. And I try to spend no more than $5 on that level of sales, right? So $0 to $5, $25. I'll accept as low as like 12 to 15 on those, just because that's how you have to sometimes. When it comes to like bigger items, say jeans, right? Jeans are getting really expensive in the thrift stores. They're $9, $10, 15, 20. I saw Harley Davidson jeans with tags, and it was women's, or no, it was men's, and they wanted $80 at the thrift store. So when it comes to that, if it's a $10 pair of jean, I need to see sales above $30, including shipping, like at the very least. Ideally, $40 including shipping. So 10 into 40 shipped for priority is typically what it is. Now, real to salt, there is a Google Doc in my description. You'll go to my link tree. The Google Doc says the ranges. So it shows profit $6 to $10 on first class and priority mail with an average shipping cost, and it shows what the pay cost is. So like I pretty much try to make at least $5 profit on any item, but it ends up being like $6.50 was all of last year. So that's pretty much what it is. Hope that was pretty easy to understand. It's a hard one to answer. Man, and I always forget to bring this mouse pad back, so I'm going to stretch. All right, so we've got another sale here. This is a Lucky Brand linen blend. So if you guys catch it, a lot of these linen items are selling because it's getting hot out. 8,000. So yeah, all the items I start with are the end of my inventory, meaning like the oldest stuff in my inventory. So the numbers are much lower. We're at 14,000 as far as item SKU numbers go. They paid $8 and then they pay $8.99 shipping. So every order I'm going to say like the price, and then I'll probably say $8.99, but like just understand my shipping is $9 on first class, priority, everything in my store. Unless it's like a game system like my wife wants me to sell, which I agreed to list, but I hate like shipping that kind of stuff. So I pre-packed that one. And I think I put $19.99 shipping for that, just flat rate. But yeah, so, you know, it's a $17 sale. You pay $3. And like, if you go to my Google Doc, you can see pay $3. What's the profit? And how much does it need to sell for to make that profit? So this isn't a lot of profit, but when you have 5,000 items, these sales really stack up, and it's enough for me to pay my bills at this, where we live. You know, it's a low cost of living area. So question, which may be too long to answer in this live. So I'm a little nervous, but how do you keep track of sales and such for end of the year tax stuff? So I'm going to say not a tax professional, because when it comes to like YouTube and like the affiliate links, which if you guys go to my affiliate links, like if you mention affiliate links, you have to say, I will get a kickback, or else you could lose the opportunity to make the money, which I had already done this year, which stinks. You lose all the money. But the affiliate links, I do make money off of that. But yeah, you said, how do you keep track of tax stuff? Not a CPA, but let me tell you what I do. I need to get this label on though, because I keep forgetting the weight. It's 10 ounces. 10 ounces. I pretty much use one credit card for all purchases. If it comes to a garage sale, if I withdraw $100, $200, or an estate sale, then that withdrawal goes into the cost. Like, it's not really cost of goods, but it gets filed like that, right? And then and I use QuickBooks. I'll tell you, I use QuickBooks. I had GoDaddy because I was trying to keep it cheap because I didn't have much money. And then I'm just a cheap person. I had money to buy QuickBooks then, but I'm cheap. I cut my own hair too. I may put that in a video. I've been cutting my hair for like the last 8 haircuts. I do it every 6 to 8 weeks. It's really nice and rewarding when you do it right. I've only messed up twice. And one time I was kind of like tired. And then the other time I just left the wrong guard on. So I did a 4 on top instead of an 8. And I was like, oh, shoot. Like it sucked. But my wife used to cut my hair and she messed up one time really bad. And I said, all right, I'm just going to try it myself. So all the purchases are on the credit card. It goes into, it remembers the thrift stores you go to. So it's like, that's your cost. But then at the end of the year, when it says cost of goods sold, you take the average price of the amount of items that you listed, or not listed, but well, yeah. Yeah, it's tough when it comes to listed and sold, but pretty much like whatever sells. So your total number of sales, mine was like 9,000 something last year. Then I multiply it by the average cost of goods, which is $4. And then that's my average cost of goods sold is how I did it. And my tax people said it was fine. I do have a CPA. When you get into these kind of numbers, I get worried about like doing things incorrectly. And then you want to deduct all your shipping labels, eBay fees, and all that stuff gets categorized when you link eBay to the QuickBooks, and then you just set up rules. So like in the beginning, it takes like, a few hours to set all that up, but then it just constantly, it's the same. The distribution's the same. So it files perfectly. And It's pretty much how it's done. I wouldn't worry about a CPA if you're not doing a whole lot of money, but if you are starting to do a lot of money, the CPAs will accelerate your knowledge like tenfold. And with QuickBooks, like the reason it's good to use QuickBooks is because almost all CPAs do it. Like if you use some of the cheaper ones or like the other ones that some people use, it's fine, but just know it's not going to integrate perfectly. Like she can go on to my QuickBooks because she can, work QuickBooks like a magician. I'm sure they'd be able to work the other stuff too, but it's a pretty good advantage, and it stinks that QuickBooks is a monopoly of sorts, but that's just really kind of how it is. It's more like an oligopoly, actually. I think that's a word. It's when there's like 4 monopolies in a sector. Is an oligopoly, I think. But yeah, how do you keep track of it? So yeah, the thing is the credit card, right? That credit card is only for purchases. And then my other credit card, which I don't know if you guys use a credit card for labels, but use a credit card for eBay labels because you get like your 1.5% or 2% cash back. If you let it pull out of your account, you're not getting that. So like my credit card pays for all the eBay stuff. And then I just pay the credit card off. So you can actually cycle credit cards every 6 months and get like the $100, $400 bonus, 300, whatever the bonuses on the credit cards are. It's a good way to do it if you're moving a lot of money. If you're not really moving a lot, I mean, it's kind of whatever. Queen Boss Lady, hey to everybody, hey to you. Hey from Arkansas. Do you know that's Maryland. I think I asked you if you know my friend Kaiser. He's in Fort Smith. I've been through there. Arkansas is a beautiful place with the trees and the greenery. Queen Boss Lady, take us on the process of your new lights. Yeah, maybe I'll film it. I just hate it because it's like, it's going to take a lot of guess and check for me to figure out. And it's kind of hard to film that. I mean, I can set up the phone maybe, but we'll see. Finally caught a live from the start from Texas. Beatrice, awesome. Go Texas. What's your favorite thing about Texas? I like watching your lives when I work on eBay. Yeah, some coffee. Yeah, that's great. That's really the best. I'm probably going to start like not being able to go during the week more this often, but whenever I can, I will. This is a Royal Robbins. Royal Robbins, this is a brand. It's like a hiking brand. It's a REI style brand. It's sold for $15 and plus shipping. So this is like exactly where I like to be at the $25 mark. It's actually $24.98, I think. And the reason I do that is because when you search on the side, at least for tops, not for pants or shorts, but for tops, when you search on the sidebar of eBay, there's like a 25 and under button. So my idea was if most people are shopping on eBay, they sort high to low or free shipping, or whatever. But a lot of people just sort low to high, but maybe they hit that price bucket of like 25 and then they sort from high to low or low to high. Because they're like, maybe I want the best item at $25 because I'm spending 25. So I want my items to be right there at that top mark. And that's why I price them that way. The thing about it though, is you have to accept low offers because you're not always going to get it. Like I rarely get full price sales, but that was my understanding and strategy in pricing them at that mark. Because yeah, you kind of got to understand how, like, I don't shop on eBay, but you want to understand what your buyer's looking at. So for YouTube for example, when you're making a thumbnail on YouTube, there's that little time bar in black on the bottom right corner. So like you don't want any text there because it's going to be blocked out by the time. And you'll see the better YouTubers will have stuff over at the top or like off to the side. And what I noticed recently with the iPhone 14 Pro, Apple is not a sponsor of this video, but they can if they want. It has this black thing right here where the camera is. That black bar, it's like a soft bar, but if you're looking at a thumbnail or something like that, you won't see it because of that bar. So it almost makes me think that that's a blackout spot for thumbnails because there's a lot of iPhone users. So you wouldn't want to put good information where it can get blocked out on the screen. Same with eBay listings. You don't want to like do something that's just off and looks funny whenever someone's searching, you know? It's kind of my belief behind it. But I'll let you in my brain and my processing and let me know what you guys think, because I learned, like doing YouTube and having thousands of people watch, I get a lot of suggestions, a lot of things that are above my head, and it really helps because I can just kind of like grab it and then I don't have to like learn it as quickly or as long. It doesn't take as long to learn as fast when you have a lot of people who've already learned a lot of things, like you find people. Thanks for the answer. I'm learning on the way. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's all learning. Like I'm still trying to figure things out. Like you'll see a lot of sales and it's like, why'd you buy that? And it's kind of like, I don't know. I mean, I thought it was going to work. But that stuff happens like the more you do it, the more sales and more success you'll see because you'll constantly be improving upon and you'll be seeing stuff you've already bought. But you do have to check comps again because things do fall out of fashion. And if you're priced $10 too high, you may not sell it. After I started watching your videos this past few days, I went to a few different places and spent about $240 on brands I heard off of your channel. I'm setting up a spot in the extra room for pictures. Dang, dude, you might want to get those pictures set up before dropping $245 on clothes. But hey, at least you can sit back and just list. But damn, I mean, dang. Yeah, you can't cuss on YouTube or you get less people wanting to do ads. So try to keep that to a minimum. Let me get a drink. If you guys didn't know, I'm drinking Venom. This is one of their least delicious flavors, the mango. They have it's called like the Mamba. It's the original flavor. It's the best one. But the gas station, the Fill and Chill, they didn't have it. So kind of stunk. Vinyl Sound also said, the good thing is I worked at a place that we had to inspect clothing prior to purchase for the store. So like quality control. So I can inspect a piece of clothing pretty good and look for issues. That's a really good thing. You know, like the spots to look at, you know, that's really good. You probably know how to identify like stitching and things too. Kirsty Smith, hi, popping in before heading to the post office. I'll be back if you guys are still here. We're probably still going to be here. I think we had like 30, I don't know what the thumbnail was, but usually 20 to 30 sales for some decent money. This one's not decent. And let me tell you my plan for this. I went super heavy in Ralph Lauren. If you've been watching the channel, you know 20% of my store is Ralph Lauren. The solid color polos just are not doing well. This sold for $3 plus $8.99 shipping. So you're at $12 shipped. So that means I'm going to make like a couple bucks profit. And my plan for this is I'm going to set up a garage sale, hopefully this Saturday, if not maybe Sunday or the next week. And I'm going to pull all the items that have like been in my store for a long time that are similar to that. And I'm going to sell them for $2 at the yard sale. And it's almost like, it's like a trial run for a brick and mortar that I want to open in my town. I'm going to have all items for $2. And then I'm going to allow buyouts, meaning if somebody comes with their wardrobe, like, you know, a woman bringing her husband's wardrobe or a guy comes in and says, hey, I don't need these anymore. I just didn't want to donate them. What can you give me? I'm going to buy those clothes if they are $30 or more, or like, you know, eBay sellable clothes. And then the rest I'm going to fill, I'm not going to buy the ones that aren't good unless they just want to like leave them. Like I'll say, hey, you can take these or you can, you know, leave them if you want. And then I can put that for $2. And then I have a couple places where I can get items for really cheap. So I can buy that stuff and kind of fill the store. The storefront is mainly for getting buyouts from people, which is crucial because then your inventory is coming to the store and you're like the authority of men's clothes, because there's a lot of women's stores that do consignment and buyouts, but there's no men's in this town. The other thing is it's easier to hire an employee when you actually have a store. It's very difficult to say, hey, come to my house, work out of a spare bedroom with this guy for 4 hours a day or whatever. It's just really difficult because you don't look like an authority, but that's the plan. The thing about it is you got to have a lot of money to cover rent. And it's not only rent, but it's the expenses, the taxes you pay for the landlord. There's a lot of stuff when it comes to that, and I need to figure out how to do it. So I'm just going to build capital through this yard sale season, and then hopefully at the end of the year I can find a spot to set up shop at. That's what I'm going for. And I'm going to take you guys with me. I think it's going to be great. Hopefully it blows the channel up, and then you know, my YouTube view money can like help for rent. I think that would be good. But it's not a lot, but it's a little bit. So this is another one of the Ralph Laurens. This was $5 plus shipping, $8.99. So yeah, I'm going to take all these solid ones out. These have been listed for like 6 months. And the thing about it is some of them do sell for $20. Some of them do sell for $20, $25. It's just some of them don't. So I go heavy on all of them if I can get them for less than like, you know, if it's got to be like really nice for $5 or $6. It's got to look close to new. But if it's like worn a little, like $1 to $3, if you can find them. And one into 15 is an interesting model. And I may try to like promote because I do have people in my town that are resellers and they try to watch the show and this show. They try to watch the channel and also do what I'm doing, copy me pretty much. So maybe I can like sell to them and be like, hey, I've got all these items for like this much. Do you want to buy them all? You'll only make like 15 to 20 on eBay, but I can tell you they'll sell because I sold them before, So that's something I can kind of do too, like leverage my knowledge with the channel and, proof that it works. The great weather from Beatrice is what she says about Texas. I agree. The weather is great, but it can be like really nice one day or like really cold one day, then really nice. And whenever that happens, a tornado warning usually happens with the pressure system. So that's a little scary. Real 24 Salt 05. What plan do you use in QuickBooks? I don't know. I mean, I think I definitely buy the whole year because it's cheaper, but I think it's like the 25 or $30 plan. I don't know. It's one of the low ones. This is a good sale, meaning just because I need to sell these. This is a Columbia PFG. It's Texas Tech embroidered, but they're size smalls. So you can see here, this is what I used to use for my labels. You can get these stickers for free from the post office. And yeah, they're supposed to identify priority mail packages, but I figured since I'm buying a label for the post office, it was kind of in that gray area. But I used to just write the numbers on here before I developed the printout ones. I think I bought 15 of these and they were all black and some were red, size small, and I paid $7.50 a piece and they were all like new items. They weren't brand new, but they were like new. I priced them all at, $25 and some of them sold for that amount, but being a size small, it's really hard. There's not a lot of like size small guys at Texas Tech. Like usually they're, college age, which some are small, but a lot of them are bigger. I mean, most people in the country are bigger than a small, but this one sold for $10 plus $8.99 shipping. So 19's fine. I honestly would take anything because I had 15 of them and it took a long time to sell. I think I have 4 left and they'll probably sell out this year. But it was 2 listings, one in black, one in red, and I was able to list them all. So I had like a multi-quantity type thing. And I don't do multi-quantity listings very often, but this was a rare occasion in the clothing category that you're able to get away with it. Because, yeah, they're not all the same, like, barcode item, but they're all the same item pretty much. Mas Tejada, sorry. Yeah, man, I'm enjoying your channel. I was an everything seller for years, now more clothing and some of everything. It is tempting to go back. It's almost like the devil on your shoulder saying, like, buy the VCR combo unit. Now, I don't get that one, but when I see video games, like I love video games. I'm a sucker for it because my wife worked at GameStop for 7 years in high school and then like the first part of college, and she's got a wicked game collect. Oh my god, she's got a wicked game collection. She has the Pikachu N64 edition, like, and I got the Mario Kart in the box at a sale. Like the best thing with video games. Way off topic, but if you're looking to find video games, the best thing to do is to pass out a card and find the middle-aged woman that has her kids' video games that he didn't take whenever he left the house. That's where you're going to find all the good stuff. Those people aren't going to take the time to list it mainly, they're not going to take the time to list it because they may not know how or have the time. And then also it's going to be hard for them to get a hold of their kid because their kids don't talk to them right when they leave the house. So like they'll be willing to sell you the stuff. And I've gotten a couple really good deals, like really good deals. I mean, like I got like 11 N64 in the box games, and then I got the N64 in the box. I got some regular Nintendo games, all from the same lady for like $200 or $300. It was really cheap. This is an Under Armour shirt that sold. Real said, what lights do you recommend? I do the daylight bulbs. I have them in my link tree, and that's an Amazon link, so I do get a kickback if you buy those lights. Bear down, right on, my man. Chicago Bears are going to run it this year. We're definitely making the playoffs. I already have 1,000% positive feedback rating with 1,510 positive feedback rating. Okay, 1,000%. Yeah, okay. So you have a lot of feedback and good percentages. which isn't nearly as good as yours, but it already shows buyers I have a good reputation. Absolutely. Yeah. I think anything above like 98% is pretty good. But yeah, 100 is better. This is a Under Armour. It's just a plain gray Under Armour. It's got like a logo on the front. It sold for $454 plus $8.99 shipping. So not a lot of money, but I usually pay about $2 or less for shirts. The Under Armour stuff like this, if you guys see this logo, does anyone in the chat know what this logo is? Not the anchor, but the bull. Anybody? It's the rocks thing, right? It's the Brahma bull, I think. Yeah, so if you see that one, and I'm not like a big anchor guy, but yeah, it's the rock. So his stuff sells well. If you find the like hoodie without the sleeves and it's got the rock thing on it, that's the one you see like him wear a lot whenever he's lifting. So that one sells for really good money. Dare I say bolo? But I found it once. It was cool. I tried it on. Didn't fit. Swallowed me up. My arms aren't big enough for like cutoff shirts, There we go. Sometimes I feel like if I like print the label too fast, it just does it like I have a fear that it prints the previous label, even though it's not even on that thing. But sometimes it like pops up a second time just because you're going faster than the print queue is queuing it, So got to be careful with that. Michelle at Mermaid Cove. What a name. I like that. It sounds magical. Taylor, you got my attention with the caps. I found you years ago when all of us resellers were on YouTube, 2020, on someone's live. Congrats on all your subs and sales. Happy face emoji, hand face emoji. Thank you, Michelle. I wonder if I don't know if I remember Mermaid Cove. I wonder if you changed your name, but yeah, I started YouTube I think I looked, it was like June of 2020. I started reselling in fall of 2019, and I was so addicted to the YouTube, oh my gosh, the reselling content that I kind of like found a click, like the fundamentals of side hustle, still doing a lot of lives on Wednesdays. Brian Roning, who I've been friends with, talking about clothes for the last couple years. A couple people, I can't like remember everyone off the top of my head because a lot of new names and channels have been in my head. Anyway, those people, yeah, it was kind of like a fun little thing. We were all like, it's almost like the freshman class. Like we all had like a little bit of subs and we were trying to help each other. And then it staled out at like 300 subs. And I said, you know what? Let me just, if I'm going to do this, I need to put like full max effort into reselling. So even at my day job, I was thinking of reselling. I was taking packages on my lunch break to the post office just because I thought that extra speed would help. So yeah, it was good times. Way to help me reminisce. Yeah, I feel good about it. This is another bundle order, and you can see I just put the bag inside the other one, all right, because it'll fit. 2 polos here. This was Peter Millar short sleeve 2XL, and then another Peter Millar short sleeve 2XL. They were not the summer comforts. That would have gone for more money. These sold for a grand total of $22.58. So not a lot, but if it's not Peter Millar, if it doesn't have the polyester or elastane, if it's just 100% cotton, it's not going to do as well. Let me double check that weight. Yeah, it's definitely over a pound. What are you thinking, Sean? What are you thinking? Life with the M's. Do you resell full-time or part-time? Full-time. Full-time since June of 2021. That's when I called it quits at the 9 to 5. And I put in 2 weeks, but I only made it 2 days. Sorry, Phil. Sorry about that, man. I just couldn't do it. My coworker was he was on one, and my grandma actually passed away. She had a heart attack at a CVS. So it kind of put into perspective, like maybe I should spend more time with my grandparents. And yeah, it was tough. It was definitely tough. But then I came back to work, and it was just a madhouse, and everyone just like piled crap on my desk, and people were kind of like, I took a whole week off when that happened because that's what I needed. My grandma and grandpa, they've been in my life since I was a kid. They took me to all the baseball games, football games, practices, A lot of people don't really think about that unless you have kids, but it's a lot. I have a son now, and it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot, It's a lot to take to the practices. And watching little kids practices is not as great as you think. It's just like, it's fun for the first day, but then we practice a lot here in Texas. It was absolutely 2 to 3 days a week practice plus games. for football and baseball. Maybe twice a week. 240 Jay-Z. Hey, what are you doing on today? I had a question, laugh out loud. So when you get clothes, do you need to wash them? eBay's bylaws say you need to wash every item. It also says you can't sell stained items, which a lot of people sell stained items. I wash like 1 or 2 loads of clothes a week. And there are some stained items that I like hand treat, but not very many. It's got to be like a 40 plus item. If it's got a stain, I'll usually just list it with the stain. If it's got any type of deodorant smell, like a weird detergent, obviously just stinks. But like I shop from the racks, and typically those items aren't really that bad. The bins people, I hope they wash it. I've heard really bad things about that. I don't shop from the bins. A lot of people ask me. I don't shop there. I'm just not that style. Like I don't have any tattoos. No, I'm just kidding. Not that bins people have tattoos, but I'm just not. It's just not for me. I'd rather pay more money and make less profit and do more of that than to go to the bins. So it's up to you. I mean, I think you should wash it if it needs to be washed. I think when people get it, they're going to wash it. And then it's like, say you do wash all your clothes and then it sits for a year in the storage. Do you need to wash it again? Like, come on now. But yeah, you should wash your clothes. Janelle, hello. First time watcher and fairly new to eBay selling. I have a bunch of Nike golf shirts. Do you pick up or have any luck with golf shirts? I absolutely have luck with Nike golf shirts. It's just some of them are so much more valuable and like it's not like that much money, but some of them don't sell, right? Like solid colors, small sizes, harder to move. Older styles, like there's different styles. I think there's different cuts too. I usually put a lot of stuff as regular cut unless it specifically says slim or like relaxed. But if it says like, they say like standard fit, I just put regular. I'm going to take this real quick. Hey, I'm on live. What's up? No, I'll have to look later. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Sorry about that. With the new baby, I always think a call from my wife is bad. Every time. But she needed a HDMI cable for her new monitor at her work. She got new office furniture, which is nice. And she needed another monitor. She wanted to take mine. Can you believe that? I was like, no. I was like, I run like so many people. And I get it, right? You sell on eBay, but when you're doing this full time, like this is my office, right? Like you cannot barge into my office. You knock, but constantly people just not crap on it, but you know they kind of like, okay, you sell on eBay, like whatever. I'm like, dude, I got a lot of going on, a lot of irons in the fire, you know. Like I need to make sure my time's used well. But she needs an HDMI cable, and I feel like I got rid of a lot of that tech stuff that I wasn't using because it just took extra space, cluttered my mind. But yeah, Nike golf short shirt sleeves, polos, you can do good with them. I would go for like XL or bigger. I would go for sizes you see guys wear or colors you see guys wear more. If it's got any embroideries, make sure it's just a golf company or not a golf company. Well, golf company, yeah, like Titleist and FootJoy and Scotty Cameron. But if it's like a golf course embroidery, it's going to sell just for less. I wouldn't really pay $5 for them unless you have confidence in that sizing, color, style to sell. I would stay around the $3 mark if you could, because a lot of them are going to sell for like $19 shipped. I hope that helps. Flippin' Junior, what's up, man? While in your Dallas area 2 weeks ago, I found a store that was selling clothes, 5, 2, and 25 cents a piece. Picked up a few 50 and over pieces. Yeah, dude, that's a good place to go, man. I wonder where it was. Bluntzy, amazing. Yeah, don't mention it if you don't like put the address. Bluntzy, amazing content. Shout outs from Florida. Been implementing your inventory system in my own setup, and it has been working amazing. So much better than the bins I was using. Thanks for all you do. Yeah, I took it from Daily Refinements, and it is the absolute best. I agree. This is a Vineyard Vines short sleeve polo. Vineyard Vines, I don't know if it's when Target picked them up, but yeah, somebody mentioned that to me, and they have been falling from grace. They're not as desirable anymore because Target has them. So this sold for $3.15 plus shipping. I'm probably just going to accept everything Vineyard Vines and then really pay attention when I buy vineyard vines. It used to be like a no-brainer purchase. Now it's not a no-brainer purchase. And that's what I mean about checking comps and like looking stuff back up, or you're going to end with items like these, which it makes me money. Like don't like, you don't want to sleep on little profits, but you don't want to build off of this low. I mean, you got to have a little more than this. 11 ounces. Yeah, 11 ounces. 11 ounces. There we go. David, hey man from Fort Worth, what's up? Christy got it right. This is the Rocks logo. If you guys are listening, it's the Brahma Bull. He's in front of the anchor, which has a double hit because you're hitting your Navy guys and then you're hitting like your rock lovers. Or Dwayne Johnson. Rocky. I like The Rock, man. Like when him and Stone Cold took, like mainly The Rock and Triple H, but him and Stone Cold as well. Like I was in it. I think I was like 8 or 9, like 10 years old. Those couple years. My dad and our neighbors across the street, they would buy the pay-per-views like each time we'd go to the different house. Like he'd get one, and then that's how we did it for a long time, and it was great. It was great. This one is Mossy Oak. So I really didn't want to accept a low offer on this. It's a camo long sleeve, really good quality, like the thick cotton. And it's going to be first class. I accepted $5 plus shipping for a couple of reasons. One, we're kind of outside of fall season. And two, it was the size medium. So like a lot of these hunters are going to be bigger guys. And $5 plus $8.99 is not a lot for priority. It's actually like break even pretty much. A little bit of profit, but sometimes you just kind of take it on the chin and move on. But yeah, camo's a pretty good seller though. I come across a lot of it. I've just noticed some stuff it's a lot to do with the type of print. When it says like Realtree Extreme or like Forest Floor or whatever, there's certain ones that are much better than others. And I feel like that's what the buyers are looking for more so than the brand that they have on. As far as like the label or whatever. Do you or anyone here have any tips on everything antique sellers? New to eBay, reselling because tired of working for corporations. I'm not the antique person. No, I would just say pack it very well. But if you're looking for like what antiques to sell, you can type in different items, like start a general search on eBay and look at the sold listings and then just keep narrowing it down. And preferably, if you want, one good tip is when you're searching eBay, look at your zip code, like search by zip code, because yes, those are your competition in the area, but it's also going to be the items they find in your area. And that can kind of narrow down, like, these are the types of things that sell. So when you're at the thrift store, you're like, okay, there's tons of mugs or, whatever. And then you're like, okay, seems like this is the one that always sells because I've already looked at so many listings that have sold. And then you buy it. Yes, it is the one I sold for $60. I got it from my brother, the Project Rock. Yeah, Project Rock. She's talking about, this is Beatrice. There's like a sleeveless pullover, like a hoodie kind of. And that one is an excellent one for Under Armour. I don't know if he's just with Under Armour. It's the Rock. I think so. Jay Petty, love your videos. Having trouble understanding how you accept offers at $3.50 unless you're paying less than $1. Trust me, I struggle with that too. Let's make sure. Okay, 51. It looks like a sale came in later, or I possibly didn't pull it. I think a sale came in later. Let me check. Yeah, I'll figure it out later. So yeah, I get sales coming in as I ship, and then it really throws me off while I'm doing the videos. But so $3.50. So first off, all shipping is $9. So it's actually going to be $12.50. So if you pay $4, $12.50 minus, let's say $5 for the label, so you're down to like $3.50, and then fees, you're down to like $1 to $2. So pretty much what I'm doing is I'm getting back my initial investment of $4 plus like some small change. And if you don't accept that, then what do you do though? Like the item may never sell, right? Then it's just sitting in your store, and then you have more and more items and it starts bloating out. So like accepting that sale does one of two things. One, it tells eBay this guy's making sales because they're making money off of the $13 sale. $12 sale. And also, people will combine those orders. I have some people that whenever my sales hit at the first of the month, they take their items to Mexico, and one's in California. And there's a couple like usernames that I know, and they'll buy all of my stuff that hit the sale. They'll buy like 13 items, 15 items. And that's why it kind of works. But yeah, if you don't accept the low sales and you're running volume like I am, you're going to be stuck running out of room to put all your stuff. You'll just have too much dead inventory. That's why I accept it. But yeah, but at the same time, some of those sales, like the item is like I pay $1, It's just the average cost of my items is $4, and it used to be less. It used to be like $3.50, but things are going up. Jonathan Moore, would you dry clean an item if it specifically says dry clean? No, I mean that's more of like your suits and stuff, and like your silk items. A lot of that stuff I would wash on cold and air dry it, like let it hang. But yeah, I don't really dry clean anything now. So I'm not that type of seller. A lot of my stuff is casual wear. Susan says, check out Brick Seek. There are monitors on clearance. No, she has a monitor. I actually went to a thrift store I go to all the time, and it was a $1.99. I think she actually just gave it to me. I was like trying to pay for some items, and then the line was really long, and I forgot to grab it. And she said, here, just take it. But it's like a small thrift store, not like a franchise. So she was cool. Appreciate you. But yeah, she just needs an HDMI. I mean, if you guys didn't know, I'm super cheap. I cut my own hair. I mentioned that earlier in the stream. I cut my own hair every 6 to 8 weeks. We do not buy new stuff. Although we just bought a new dishwasher. So I take that back. We spent a grand on a dishwasher. It was like $800, but it matches the fridge, and my grandpa offered his dishwasher after we bought it, like the day we bought it, he offered his, but it was white. And it was like, my wife would not take a white dishwasher. She would have to have it match. So, I didn't even show you this one. I don't know if I talked about it in a video or what, but it sold really fast. This is the Peter Millar long sleeve quarter zip that had the University of Texas emblem, the logo, like the Longhorns, and then it said golf. It said Texas Golf Club, I think, or maybe it just said Golf Club, and it had like the Longhorns. This sold for $28 plus $8.99 shipping. So any FootJoy, Peter Millar pullover, whether it's sleeveless, long sleeve, quarter zip, all that stuff does really well. This one even had the embroideries. If it was like clean without the embroidery, I would have gotten like $50 for it. Like I priced it up high and accepted $28. It's a really good, it's like a really safe bet because there's not much things in that style that the thrift store is going to price high because they don't see or really understand that it's that good of an item, but it is. It absolutely is. And it's 12 ounces too, which is even better. You said Todd Evergreen. I almost said Toad Evergreen. I apologize. Hello from town in rural is a tough word. Rural Eastern Washington, where I'm the only clothing seller in the area. Shh. Yeah, that's a good thing, man. I bet you have a bunch of nice winter gear. Are you talking like Washington State, like Spokane type stuff, like East there? So that's beautiful country, man. But yeah, that's an advantage. It's just shipping, right? You got to ship to Florida and New York a lot because there's a lot of buyers in those areas. So that kind of hurts. That's one thing. Also, I'm in Texas. So a lot of these labels, I kind of split the difference, right? I mean, I'm like pretty close to a lot of places. And I do throw my items to the side and then I put them in a bag and I drag it to the post office. And at least once a week, somebody says, huh, Santa's here. I'm just like, shut up, man. Like, stop making fun of me. Because look, it's a huge bag. There's no sexy way to carry like 30 items in a bag, So people are just constantly like calling. And you get a lot of like looks and stuff. But now I just kind of go in and they try to help me with the door. But I'm like, you know what? If you want to help carry the bag, I'll get the door. But no, I appreciate it. My post office is really good, though, too. They're one of my favorites. We didn't start off the best, but we've grown to love each other. Oh, perfect. So somebody had just talked about the golf, Nike Golf, right? This is a Nike Golf. Now look at this one. This is white. It's got a really nice pink and blue striping. It's a size large, and it sold for $15.99 plus $8.99 shipping. So right at $25. The reason I picked it up, I mean, white usually is stained, but it'll have like sweat stains. But yeah, that's a $25 Nike Polo, but I can tell you I've sold plenty for like $3, $4 because they were solid colors, small sizes didn't sell. So yeah, you want to look for something that catches your eye on the rack. And that kind of goes for board shorts too. If it sticks out, it's cool. But you got to be careful, man. George is coming up in the game in the clothing department. George's hat is getting cooler and cooler clothes. Like I saw a pair of George jeans. It looked like BK, and I was like, it was thick stitch and everything. I was like, this is ridiculous. If I was in like growing up, I would be buying some George for sure. Life with the M's, dude. Much love, man, and mad respect for you for that. My grandma was just in the hospital this past week, and I get it. Life's short. I'm loving reselling because I can enjoy the adventures and treasures. Yeah. It stinks, man. Like it stinks. It's like it doesn't take much time to pick up the phone and call, you know. So like, I call my grandpa once a week. He lives in town, but like I mean during football season we see each other every week, and sometimes like I'll go over there, but you know sometimes like you get busy and you kind of got to do your own thing. But I do make sure to call because that's something. Liz Moore from Cincinnati Picker Live to yours. Thanks for the positive vibes. Thank you. And thank John. He called me out on his live. It was really great. I'm glad I got in there. Luckily, his chat, I mean, it was kind of moving, but it wasn't moving that fast. And I was able to tell him, like, hey, you're the first channel I watched that got me into reselling. And then somebody else said that I was encouraging to him. And then John looked again and he's like, oh, cool. I like your logo. And then he subscribed to me. And that was a really like kind of nerve, like starstruck type thing. Cause I mean, look, I know he's just a guy, right? But he definitely paved the way for a lot of people in this industry. And I can't thank him enough. It takes a lot of nerve to turn a camera on and start talking about stuff to, you know, like nobody at first. And he just kept on with it. But yeah, so that was a pretty momentous thing. I couldn't stay in there long because I had to make the thumbnail and like prep everything for the live today. And I'm gonna go back and rewatch his live though. So while I'm doing photos, I'm gonna do that. And then the part where he says your logo is slick, I'm gonna keep rewinding that part over and over again. That's what I'm gonna do. So I should have shown these are Rock Revival Kylie jeans. Now I actually got these for $5 because my Goodwill had a boutique section and they just gave up. One day they tried it for like a year and it was $10 for all Ariat, Cinch, Miss Me, even like not good Miss Me's, like even, you know, the skinny stuff, and Ariat, the real denim for women's, all that stuff was $10. So I was buying them because no one in my town was buying them and they weren't discounting them. So I was buying them all. And then all of a sudden one day I go there and they have multiple jean racks, like way more than they normally do out on the floor. And I was just like grabbing them. A bunch of people had already grabbed them and some were torn up. Like they were putting a jean like this with a hole in it, like in the crotch for $10. And they just got overwhelmed with stuff and no one was buying it because my town, no one's buying it for that price. So that sold for $20 plus $8.99 shipping. So Rock Revival men's is a killer deal. Rock Revival women's, you have to be much more careful because there's some of that stuff that just doesn't sell for very much money. If those were men's, it'd be like a $60 sale or maybe $80 sale. Her name is Samantha. Come on. There we go. But yeah, 79 people, 18 likes. Terrible. No, it's not bad. I get it. It's kind of annoying to go over and click it. One thing I do, if you guys can see, behind my glass right there's a mouse pad. I actually use my mouse, which is the MX Master 3. Not a sponsor, but it is in my Amazon links, and I'll get a commission if you buy it. This thing, it stays charged for 72 days. It has a button where you can switch to different devices. You can have up to 3 computers with this one. It's the soft click, and I can just carry it over there, and I can watch YouTube while I'm doing photos, so I don't have to come around to the computer to mess with it. So, I mean, any wireless mouse can do it, but that mouse, and it's $90, but I'm telling you, my friend does computer work and sales. He said, look, dude, if you're on the computer, you need a good mouse, because I was using this $5 mouse that I got from Goodwill. and it worked fine. I made just about the same amount of money, but it didn't feel as good, and I didn't move as smoothly, I don't think, without the new mouse. The new mouse I love. I absolutely love it. And it has one of those scroll wheels where you scroll it and it doesn't stop. The ball bearing keeps going and then you stop it. So you can power scroll just by flicking it and flicking it up. And I'm telling you, when you put it in your hand, it's ergonomic too. Yeah, it's a good one. Looks like we got a new offer in for a Southern Tide shirt. I think I'm going to check that out in a second. All right, this was a good sale. This was in one of my haul videos. This is the vintage. Oh, we have a little lag there. This is the vintage Peter Millar, and this was cashmere, wool, and silk. It's that mustard yellow, and I'd used mustard in the title. Typically, I don't bother, but somebody in one of the comments said that's a really like popular color. I think it sold because of the cashmere and linen, or cashmere, silk, and wool. It sold for $30 plus $8.99 shipping, so really good. I think I priced it like 50 plus shipping, but I'll definitely take 30. I mean, like that's a really good sale. So that's good. And the other thing is you want like your buyers to feel good about their purchases. So if you give them a deal on something, like they're going to come back and see what else you got, and they're going to send offers. Most of my sales come from offers. Either me sending it out or them sending it to me. Let's see. There we go. Let's see. Here we go. Flippin' Junior, nah, bro, but if I find the business card I got, I'll shoot it over you. Nah, bro, but if I find the business card I got, I'll shoot it over you. Oh, shoot it over to me? Flippin' Junior, are you talking about the place that you went sourcing? I think. I'm a little lost on that. But yeah, go ahead. You can just send it on Instagram if you want. Liz Moore says, I love The Rock. Yeah, Dwayne, he's a pretty good guy. The only thing I don't like about him is he's not open about his steroid use. Eric, now that I have to go searching around Dallas for the store. Yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty popular spot. But I actually, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. It's going to be like a honey hole for a lot of people. And that's good, you know. But like, one of two things happens, right? They either raise the price or it's just hit up like every time. So we'll see what happens with that one. Like secrets out, right? Who brought this secret to the chat about the source in Dallas? Let's see. Sal C, love the videos. How many listings you need to sell 10 to 15 a day? It's a good question. I would say at least like 20, I would think. About 20. Unless you're just blowing stuff out of your store, then maybe just 15. So this one is a Levi's chambray denim long sleeve. It sold for $12.99 plus $8.99 shipping. I don't pick up a lot of Levi's long sleeves unless it's the metal snap buttons, or not metal snap, but the metal button ones. I just priced it at $12.99 plus shipping. It sold full price, so I'm probably going to buy it again. But I'll probably price it at $15.99 the next time I buy it. Is my plan. Because it sold pretty quick too. It's a good sale. Todd, do you ever use CPA for filing your taxes? And if so, are they accepting new clients? I'm having the hardest time finding someone who has experience with e-commerce. Yeah, a lot of the CPAs are a little up there in age. I don't know if mine does. I think they'll do clients. I can ask them. I probably honestly won't remember, but yeah, yeah, I mean, yeah, I use a CPA for sure, man. I don't know if they're taking people on. I guess I can ask, and I'll send them. Just send me an Instagram message and say, looking for CPA, and that'll give me the chance. I don't even talk to them very often, honestly. Every once in a while. Marilyn said, great idea about the zip codes. Never thought of that. Yeah, I've done it a couple times. You check the zip code for the solds to see what's in your area. One, you'll see other eBay stores, and you'll start like trying to figure out who that store is. And two, you'll see what they're selling, so maybe you have a chance to get some of those items. But yeah, $20 on a Levi's shirt, not bad. I always struggle putting jeans in a flat rate envelope and usually end up putting them in a padded flat. I may just be OCD, but can you show us how to do it so easily? Nick Pick. A woman, I don't know if you're a woman, but a woman mentioned that in one of the lives, and I said it's her finger strength. I said she had to up it, and luckily we got a pair of jeans. So this is American Eagle Slim jeans, and they're a dark wash. When I do this, I do the trifold. So like I have them straight, I fold them in half, and then I fold them in thirds. So it's gonna go priority. This sold for $11 plus $8.99, so $20 on the jeans. Not great. I really am not picking up American Eagle much anymore. Here's how I do it though. So first off, like I put my hand in the back and flatten it out. That gives you like a little more space to work with. And then I grab the jean like so, and I put it this way. So like you kind of put the bottom corner in and push it in. And then when you have it like this, you go like this. Kind of fold it down. So like that. I just did that towards you so you could see, but I would do it towards myself. And I put it on my lap or I put it on a table and I just kind of roll it. And you end up with something like that. Just it's like rolled. And then you just grab the middle of it so it doesn't tear. And as you get the middle halfway down, you just go like this. See? So you're going to end up with something like this. And then you just put one piece of tape across the top after you use the adhesive. That's how I do it. So, great question. I'm going to do a shipping video. Actually, after this sourcing video launches on Wednesday, I'm going to start thinking about a shipping video and how to go about it. So this will definitely be in the instructions. I'll probably have like 2 cameras on me or something. And if it's too tight, like if this starts busting on the seams, like maybe you need to go up a size. Some people tape all the way around. I don't. I just leave it like this. Go. Okay. Jay Petty said, got it. Thank you. I have another question, but I'll save it for the next slide. Right on. Travis Overstreet, what's up, man? Do you live in my town, Overstreet? I knew an Overstreet growing up. What's good, brother? Question. For when do you think was the first times you knew, boom, you made it as a full-time reseller? Was it the 1,000-item store or when? Great question. So, let's see. It wasn't like a light bulb moment because it's such a slow, it's a slow climb to get there. So I was making $30K plus 100% health insurance for a small business in my town, which is enough to survive kind of if you're really frugal like me, but it wasn't what I wanted in life. Like I definitely wanted more power and money. So what I did was I started focusing in on the close, and what it was like, I started noticing that, okay, these items are selling, buy more of them. It seems like I'm averaging $100 in sales a day, but I was only profiting like, the 35-40%. So then I was like, okay, just keep doing more listings, more items. And then it was like, okay, $200 in sales. Okay, that's good. And then when I got to $300 in sales, I was making about $100 a day in profit. And that's the Saturday, Sunday too. So when I was making $100 a day, I was like, okay, I'm matching my full-time job, except for like, the tax stuff at the end, like it's pretty close. And then it's like, okay, but if I get off of the job, then I got to pay health insurance for my wife's company. And that was $325 to add me on. So I was kind of like right on the bubble, but I decided to go for it. I had a couple things happen and I said, you know what, let me just do it. And maybe it's not a one-to-one trade-off just because you work 8 hours or say you work 20 hours a week and you're making $300 in sales. Just because you work 40 doesn't mean you're going to make 600. That's not how it works in this sales business. But if you sell items that sell, like if you buy items that sell and you buy enough of them and you list enough of them and you constantly show eBay every single day that you're posting and that you're accepting offers and that you're selling the old stuff just so that it gets off of eBay servers so they don't have to keep that listing. That's why people say like, my listings are dead, I need to relist. Like eBay doesn't want to keep showing items that either you missed the offer because maybe you only get one. Maybe the life of that listing gets one offer, and if you don't take it, you're either priced too high or the item's just not desirable. So you gotta accept offers, sell offers. And once you start doing that, you'll realize, and I don't know what item count that was, but I would say it was probably like 1,200 or like around there. But I also was selling like hard goods, so it's kind of skewed. It's kind of skewed. I was selling a lot of shoes too, and shoes have a higher ASP. Hope that helps. Miriam Wilson, you mentioned using the USPS bags for thrifting instead of the Aldi's. How do you go about getting them? Will the PO give them away? You got to be really nice. It's one of those things like, technically, they have free tape. They have free priority tape. You can't order it, but if you ask them for their tape, you don't have to buy the $3 little Scotch tape or whatever they have. You can ask them, and I've gotten one roll of those because I kissed a lot of butt to get that roll, but it's cool. It's like a blue and red, and it's a super heavy duty roll of tape. So when it comes to the bags, like just be like, hey, I do a lot of sales. I was wondering if I could borrow one of your bags, and just be nice to them, I guess. They may just say no and be like, say I want to talk to your postmaster. That always gets them. If you really want to go to war, go ahead and say that. Next item, because we've been talking a lot. This is a LL Bean. Man, this is going on. I wanted to go for an hour, but it's going to go. I got like 4 or 5 left. This is an LL Bean long sleeve. It's $12.99 plus $8.99 shipping. And it's kind of white, like off-white. Bag it up. I like talking, though. I'm a talker. 240 Jay-Z. All my clothes are $5.99 in Florida. I just started going to the Amazon store for $2 and $1 days to try to get stuff. Sucks to pay so high, but I really have no choice. Yeah, I honestly think that the way the thrift stores are going and like the post office, this type of business model may be coming to an end. I think it's going to be hard. You're going to have to get better about it and maybe just work on lower profits with more items or try to find items as cheap as possible. It's going to be very tough in some of those places, or you'll have to drive further away or get items to come to you. Something has to change, but eventually I think it'll kind of steady out. Christy, what did I miss? I'll be sure to catch the replays too. I'm not going to go over every question. No way. Really thinking about just being in everything stuff seems more fun. I like going back and forth with ideas. If clothes, it's easier deals, but forever to get sales. Yeah, everything stores are fine. They make good money too. It's just you have to create different strategies when it comes to shipping and stuff. Because for me, it's shipping and storage for everything. Like I used to sell the CRV TVs, and I mean that's a huge TV, and they make like, oh no, shoot, I didn't change it to first class. I partially blame 240 Jay-Z for that one. So what do you do in this situation? You don't have to print the label, but I have the tab saved, and it's the reprint shipping label tab. So I have a tab called eBay related, and it says reprint shipping label. So what you do is you go to the shipping label that you just printed, and then you go over to actions on the right, and you go to void label. Now it's going to take like a few days to get your money back, and you select the reason. They don't have like accidentally pressed it. They have change mind, lost label, label didn't print, transaction canceled, problem with the label. I just select other, send request, and you'll get your money back. And then you have to go back to that page, the reprint, or no, you have to like rebuy the label. So you go back to that page, and you're going to say print another label is what it says. Let me see. So yeah, this is a bit of a hiccup whenever you press the wrong button, but you have to, put the right size in there. Actions. Yeah, because it says reprint label, but that'll bring up the same print queue that you just had, but you're going to want to print a new label, and that's going to be like another purchase. So a bit of a snag. Let's relabel. I think it's 12 ounces. All right. That's the first time, though. With all these lives, that's the first time I've messed that up. So not too bad, because it does happen occasionally. And I don't blame you, 240 Jay-Z. I was just trying to push the blame to somebody else. But yeah, everything seller, yeah, it works, man. Look at Osborne to Thrift. I think he's the king of selling everything on eBay, at least. Did you say noiseless mouse? My mind broke. Need another. You're broke? Yeah, it's called a soft click. So when you hear that, I'm gonna click right here. Oh no, hold on. Dang it. I just clicked it away. I can't see you guys. All right, we're back. So yeah, that I double clicked the thing. It's a soft click, so you don't hear it. And I'll show you. You can kind of hear it, but it's a soft click, and it's $90, but there's a lot of good things about it. I mean, I love it. I wouldn't talk about it if I didn't love it. I'm not trying to get you to buy it. I don't think it's necessary whatsoever. but it's like a game changer for me. This is just an Under Armour compression 2XL. It sold for $6.99 plus $8.99 shipping, and I can tell you that that wasn't an offer I sent out. It means I listed it because it had a stain. $6.99 is the bottom mark, plus $8.99. That's what I list if something has a stain or a hole. So I don't like to just throw them away because I want to make the money for them. But that's kind of like what I listed at, $6.99. If it's got 2 flaws on it, I really decide not to list it most of the time. If it's got 1 flaw, I'll list it. 240 Jay-Z. I have 23 listings and I got 90 feedback, 100 rating on a 17-year-old account. I just use it here and I'm trying to go full time, but I hear it's numbers game. I drop 1K and get 1,000 listings. Should I drop $1,000 and get 1,000 listings? That has nothing to do with the amount of listings. So I always thought that was the case too. I understand the thinking behind it. Like you need inventory for a store to sell. However, if we were talking about John Cincinnati Picker, he was the first guy that I watched. If I remember one time I caught a glimpse of like his 90 day, he had like 438 listed with like 1,600 solds. And I was like, how is that even possible? It's because he's selling it so fast. So like, it's not the amount of listings or even sales. It's really the amount of money you have each day coming in from sales. And that's what determines if you can go full time, because you have to have enough money to pay your bills unless you have no bills. So man, my nose is kind of running a little bit. Not like runny, like I'm sick. Just kind of like running a little bit. 240. I need sales, man. What do you think? Okay. 1,000 and load up my store and keep slowly grinding. No, see, okay, I already answered that. It's honestly like you cannot open a store in 1 month and go full time. It does not work. Trust me. It took me years, like years and years. Patrick Dixon is the one that said I encouraged him, and that's whenever we were on the Cincinnati Pickers Live, and he called me out basically because of Patrick. So thank you, man. That was really cool. It kind of like I was a little nervous, and then I had to set up this live, like the thumbnail and stuff. But man, thanks for saying that. I don't know if he would have mentioned me had you not said that. So yeah, man, I appreciate it. I'll read your question in a second. This is a vintage LL Bean. I do a lot of Henleys. The vintage LL Bean, it's just the tag's old, you know. It sold for $13.99 plus $8.99 shipping. I had this listed at $19.99, and I took the offer of $13.99. Because, you know, I see them all the time. Like long sleeve Henleys, short sleeve Henleys, those are pretty good sellers for me. Just burped. Let's see. Patrick said, I was driving listening, just got in. Okay. Can you explain what the priority sticker is on the earlier items in the bag? Do you seal your bags when putting in the box or when shipping? Thanks. Great show. Thanks. So those priority stickers you can order for free off of the USPS website. And I used them as my inventory labels. It's probably right on the fence of like whether that's correct or not, because you're supposed to stick that on like a brown box saying it's a priority label, even though the priority label says priority label. I was using them as my SKU system, but I'm also buying a label, even though some of them were first class. So I used it and I just wrote 1, 2, 3, 4, and I went up to like a few thousand. And then I realized I needed something a little bit better. So I made that, and I got that video of how I made those on the street. Travis Overstreet. Hey, bro, I'm in Miami. Actually, left out there. Not many Overstreets, so we might be related. Yeah, I don't know, man. We probably would have known each other because I think, yeah, we would have known each other, man. Like you would know who I am right now. Jennifer, what's the best way to message you? Instagram. I do a lot of stuff through Instagram. So feel free to reach out. It's actually Taylor_exchange. There's somebody Taylor Exchange. It's this woman, and her thing says Taylor's Closet is like her. I think she's trying to sell on Instagram or something. And she doesn't, you know, it's just kind of like she got it. And there's also a Taylor Exchange pawn shop in Michigan. So I'm hoping they go out of business, but they're like a 9-year-old business. So they're probably in it for the long run. But yeah, they have the URL too. So yeah, I'm also, I'm on Twitter, but I've never tweeted. I don't really know how it works. I just figured I would try to secure it. And I think that one is also _. Thank you, Queen Boss Lady, for answering that question to Jennifer. You charge $8.99 shipping on first class? I do. And I would put the skull emoji if I had time, but yeah, I do. And they pay it. It's one of my like number one knocks for the store. People like you have like the 4 or 5 star rating for like the different things. Shipping price is always like lower on like the amount of feedback, I guess. But shipping speed is almost like the highest because I ship every day. All right, last item. This is a pair of 511. Um, they're like beige pants. They're jeans, I guess, but I'm really trying to get away. The 511 is one of the Levi's better cuts, but I guess it's just the blue jeans that are really good. And it's probably going to be priority. No, it's right under, so it's a pound. That's good. Makes it a little better. But yeah, it did sold for $8 plus $8.99 shipping, so not really great. Jennifer said, thank you. Patrick said, all true, my pleasure. Yeah, man, that was a big deal. It really was. Okay, let's bag this one up. And $6.60 on the label for a pound. That stinks. That's right. Boss Lady's coming in with the data on the Taylor Exchange business model. You said, oh, Boss Lady says she charges $6.99 first class, $8.99 priority, and then priority padded $9.99. So yeah, that's good too. That's like right on the money. It's easier if I do it all on one. Because then I have one shipping policy, so I don't have to change it. But I'm doing like more. I'm doing a lot of items, so like that little bit of time of changing adds up. And like I said, people pay it anyway. And I think priority is going to be into the 8s, like with the discount next year. So hope you guys enjoyed minute 16. Appreciate you watching. I will see you probably Thursday or Friday, and then I'll be on the weekend too. So hey, Wednesday, tomorrow, sourcing videos coming out 1 p.m. Central. I hope you guys enjoy. Ragnar plays a big part in the beginning. I'll see you guys later. Bye.